Alright guys, I'm back again and this is Naj Sumro from Australia. And one of the common things that is asked from me by doctors who want to come to Australia is, Naj, tell us about specialist registration, how we can come through this specialist pathway. So today's video is going to be about the specialist pathway, how you can come to Australia on the specialist pathway and what sort of things you need if you want to make yourself eligible through that pathway. Now, over the next 3 to 4 minutes, I'm going to explain the whole pathway thing and explain you whether you fit into that category or not. And generally, I call this category, if you've seen my previous videos, it's category A. So bear with me for a few minutes and I'll take you through. But before I go through the specialist pathway, I would like to mention that this is the best pathway for doctors to come. Average salaries of specialists range between $300,000 to $400,000 a year in Australia, and the specialists do really well. There are a lot of jobs available, so that's a brilliant pathway to come if you have already done a fellowship. Now, the first thing, most common question asked from me is that I've done an MCPS or MRCP and MRCP UK or something. Am I eligible? Or look, you're not eligible. Number one, you need to have a fellowship. Now, most people, even on the APRA's website, it says that a fellowship is not necessary. But in my experience, I've only seen one doctor so far that has come here from the hundreds of doctors I've met coming through the specialist pathway. We've come through the membership scheme of side of things, and that too, that doctor had like 5 years of post membership, 5 years experience in the UK in some sort of a niche field. So, alright, forget about that. If you have got a membership, you need to have a fellowship. Alright, so let's come to the main things. So, number one, you need to have a fellowship. So if you, for example, if you're coming from Pakistan, India, you need to have a fellowship in a particular category. For example, in Pakistan, you've got to do a FCPS. So that's number one. Second thing, for a specialist pathway, the fellowship is not enough. You need to have at least a minimum of 2 years of post-fellowship experience. So that's number two. Number three, you also need to have research, proven research skills or research publications. Better off, you need to have research publications, which means that you need to have a minimum of 2 publications in a recognized journal. High impact journal would be good, but at least a minimum of 2 publications in the last 5 years. And the fourth thing is going to be, once you have all these 3 things, then you're going to go to the relevant college. For example, if you want to apply for a specialist pathway through the for surgery as a surgeon, so you need to go to the Royal College of Surgeons. If you want to go for ophthalmology, you need to go to the College of Ophthalmology. Same is for the Royal College of Gynae-Obs, sports medicine, and all those sort of things. Every speciality has their college in Australia, so you need to apply to that college. If you have the 3 things that I mentioned previously, the fellowship, the post work experience of 2 years, and the research, then they will assess your file. And once they assess your file, they will put you in one of the 3 categories. So the category 1 is going to be comparable. Category 2, and this is the most common one that most people get from our region, India, Pakistan, and the subcontinent, even South Africa, they get a partially comparable result. And the third one is non-comparable. Although it's an expensive route of going through, I was having a chat with one of my friends and he was telling me that for the Royal College of Nephrology, he had to pay about $10,000 for getting the whole process done. Anyhow, so what will happen is that most likely you will fall into the second category, which is partially comparable, which means that you will have to do 1 year of supervised work under a specialist doctor in Australia and then reapply to get a full comparable specialist registration. That 1 year of work, you'll have to then find a doctor who's willing to supervise you. Number one, then come down over here. That work may be paid, may not be paid, depending on where you get into. Even if it's unpaid, I think it's definitely worth doing it, because once you get that full comparable registration, that means you're straight away earning like $300,000 to $400,000 a year. So far that's the pathway, and that's how you need to go. If you have any questions about it, feel free to email me or put a comment below, and also subscribe to my channel. And if you have any suggestions for new videos, happy to assist you and make a few more videos and tell you more about the registration process in Australia. Ciao, bye.